Hello, and welcome to Nicholson Laboratory. Due to getting sued for trademark infringement, we are now called N&W Laboratories.
Good evening, everybody.
This is Brian Whalen.
Nice to meet you guys.
Never fear, our quality will never change. We are the same beloved company you know us to be. Last time you joined us, we talked about chemistry. Our mutation dog, fortunately, switched back into a regular animal, but the elderly gentleman was recently diagnosed with diabetes.
We thought we would do a segment informing our viewers about diabetes. The more we know about something, the easier it is to understand and deal with.
Today, there are 11 million people in Canada who are living with diabetes or pre-diabetes.
Every 3 minutes, another person is diagnosed with diabetes. Almost everyone has had diabetes affected their life or someone they know. A lot of you may ask, what is diabetes? So Ayden, how about you tell the people what diabetes is all about?
Well, diabetes is when the body does not produce enough insulin or does not produce the insulin that it makes properly. Insulin is a hormone that decides the amount of glucose, which is sugar, that enters the blood. If the blood sugar gets too high, then it can cause damage to organs, nerves, and blood vessels.
There are two major types of diabetes called type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes happens when the immune system mistakenly attacks and kills the beta cells that produce insulin in the pancreas. None or very little insulin is then released into the body. As a result, sugar builds up in the blood instead of being used as energy. This type is developing generally in childhood as people are born with it, and it develops into a larger problem.
Now, type 2 diabetes is when the body can't properly use the insulin or it does not make enough insulin. Major ways that people contract type 2 is being overweight, having not enough good enough meal plan, an unhealthy lifestyle.
Diabetes is becoming more and more of a problem as the amount of people who are getting it is rising. Like I said, every 3 minutes someone in Canada is diagnosed.
Like I said earlier, 11 million people and counting are being affected by diabetes. Diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States in 2010, with 69,000 deaths certified listing as the main cause of death. The total of 250,000 deaths certifications are listed as diabetes contributing to those deaths.
Risk factors for each type is different. For type 1, it is known that having a family member, for example parent or sibling or whatever, with type 1 diabetes slightly increases the risk. However, definite risk factors are currently not known.
For type 2, there are many different types of risk. A few are having health complications that are associated with diabetes, like celiac disease, having high cholesterol and other fats in the blood, being overweight, especially if that weight is mostly carried around the stomach area.
Diabetes is such a big problem because there's no cure for diabetes after it's contracted, but there are methods to help control it.
Type 1 diabetes is always treated with insulin. Type 2 diabetes is managed through physical activity, meal, and a good meal plan. It also may require medications or insulin to assist your body in controlling the blood glucose more efficiently.
Some signs to alert diabetes is unusual thirst, frequent urination, and many more.
You can check the Canadian Diabetes Association for more signs to help keep you safe.
Okay, so this is how to use a generic diabetes kit. So right here we have a testing strip. We want to insert that into the computer. Now as the computer's loading, as it's tracking the strip, these are the bucket of strips that they come in, just the generous amount. So here we have the finger pricking device. So this is what will bring out the blood in the finger. This is just a little needle in there. So what we want to do is we want to cock that back and click it to go. So okay, so now we got the computer all loaded up. It's ready to apply blood. So you want to cock back that, get that right on the finger. You want to imprint it, squeeze some blood out. You want to take the strip, put it right against there, let it absorb into the blood. No, okay. So we got a reading. So I'm at 5.4. which is a good
blood sugar.
blood pressure. We want it between 5 and 5.5. And that is how to use a diabetes kit.
Diabetes can have a big effect on a person's life. There are short and long-term problems that can occur. The most common long-term complications of diabetes include damage to the large blood vessels of the heart, brain, and legs, damage to the small blood vessels causing problems in the eyes, kidneys, feet, and nerves. It can also shorten a lifespan by up to 15 years.
For short term, if blood sugar is low, it can cause dizziness, lightheadedness, being weak. For high blood pressure, strokes, and extreme thirst, and there's many more. Diabetes can damage many people in parts of the body. To start off with kidney damage, diabetes can damage the delicate filtration system of the kidneys. Severe damage can cause kidney failure.
Another thing diabetes can damage is the eyes. It damages the blood vessels in the retina that can potentially lead to blindness.
Many diabetics have problems with circulation in their feet. Nerve damage or low blood flow can cause foot complications.
To diagnose diabetes, you must get blood withdrawn, and tests used for diagnosing diabetes and prediabetes include the A1C test for type 2 diabetes and prediabetes, the fasting plasma glucose FPG test, and the oral glucose tolerance test, OGTT.
Diabetes is a hard topic that affects people every day. We asked Patrick Harrison, who has type 1 diabetes, for us to have an interview with them to ask him about it.
Alright, today here we have a special guest, Patrick Harrison, here to talk to us about diabetes. Patrick has type 1 diabetes, and he came here today to help us with this presentation.
Hello, Patrick. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Whalen.
I have a few questions today. I was just wondering, how has diabetes affected you throughout your lifetime, and have you faced any challenges? Or
I mean, I would say that there's definitely been quite a few challenges, but as I would say diseases go, it hasn't really stopped me from doing anything. It just kind of takes more time, and have to be a lot more cautious about situations, and really just have to be more prepared for stuff, and take a lot more care.
That's nice. Thank you. I see you have a little bag you have to show us today of all the parts.
Well,
What is that?
that is an insulin pump. This would be one of the common treatment methods for type 1 diabetes. It's a machine that pumps insulin continuously into me, kind of like what your pancreas would do. Yeah.
Pretty nice. All right, pal. We just have one more question for you. Has diabetes affected anyone other than you and your family?
Definitely. They say that juvenile diabetes, it's a family disease. My older sister also has diabetes, so with two diabetics in the family, it really has strongly affected our family from the day that she was diagnosed, because she was diagnosed before me, to now. It's affected almost every part of our life.
Thank you.
All right, we would like to thank you, Patrick, for coming in today. You're an inspiration to all of us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Now that we have discussed a lot about diabetes, we hope that you have learned a lot today, and that you will help the fight against the disease and help save someone's life.
Now, if you excuse us, we're going to go hit the gym, maintain our healthy lifestyle by eating rabbit food. Salad. And enjoy the rest of our day. Please donate to the Diabetes Association and help fight this cure. We'd like to thank you for watching us today.
Till next time.
Although many people struggle with diabetes, they don't let it get in the way of their normal life. As you see here, we are fishing. We're fishers.